Hello everyone! How are you today? Did you learn something from the past lessons that we had about our body? Because now, we will proceed to our next topic about life and environment. This topic will tell us about the life cycle of human. Please watch and listen carefully. Enjoy! Life and environment. Human growth. Growth and development can be divided into a number of stages. Before we are born, we are an embryo or fetus. After birth, we go through a life cycle that includes infancy, childhood, adolescence, adult, and old age. How long we live depends on many factors including our genetic makeup and predisposition to diseases, our environment, where we live, our diet, and a host of things we may have little control over, such as weather causing famine, accidents rate, and war, as well as natural disasters that might occur. Fetal growth. Some of the most striking stages of human growth take place before birth, when a human being develops from a single undifferentiated cell into a large and complex organism. During the last half of gestation, for example, the fetus grows from about 45 grams to 3,500 grams. During this time, fetal growth is dependent on the hormones insulin and thyroxine. Growth has been found to be retarded in infants of mothers who drink large amounts of alcohol or smoke cigarettes during pregnancy. Human gestation, the time from when we are conceived until we are born, is 9 months. This time is broken down into three 3-month periods of time called trimesters. The first trimester is the first 3 months. The second trimester is months 4 to 6, and the third and final trimester is months 7 to 9. Infancy. Infancy is the period of time from our birth to 2 years of age. During the first 24 months, the average child makes considerable gains in height and weight, begins teething, the senses develop, and he or she begins to walk and talk. Attachment is a psychological bond between an infant and his or her primary caregiver, usually the mother. Crying and smiling brings infant in contact with caregivers and are called attachment behaviors. Attachment provides a secure emotional base from which mature relationships develop. Research shows that inadequate attachment impedes social and emotional development through life. Traumatic events such as physical abuse or malnutrition that occur during infancy will affect development and behavior, usually in a negative way. Less extreme experiences are also influential, but their effects may be temporary and less apparent. Childhood. Childhood is roughly the period of time between infancy and adolescence. Both the body and the mind grow a lot during childhood. A great deal of learning also occurs during this time. Adolescence. Adolescence is the period from the beginning of puberty to maturity. Puberty is the time when the body reaches sexual maturity. In girls, this is the start of menstruation, and in boys, it is noted by the production of sperm. In short, puberty is the time when we can reproduce. It usually starts at about age 14 in males and age 12 in females. The transition to adulthood varies among cultures, but it is generally defined as the time when individuals begin to function independently of their parents. Various secondary sexual characteristics also appear for the first time during puberty. In males, production of body hair increases markedly, particularly in the pubic and facial regions, and the voice usually changes and becomes deeper in tone. In females, hair also appears in the pubic region, and the breasts become enlarged. Accelerated development of the sweat glands in both sexes may trigger acne, commonly known as pimples. Adulthood. Being an adult means being mature. Maturity is the biological state of quality of being fully grown or developed. Also, maturity can be used to describe the state of a person who is experienced, wise, and has common sense. This period of time is when people are the most productive, both with regard to work as well as being able to reproduce offspring or having children. Old age. From a scientific point of view, old age isn't really a stage of life with a definite beginning. Different individuals age differently. In general, governments set a time when they think that people should retire or quit working. This is usually somewhere between 60 and 70 years of age, depending on the country you live in. Older people are often referred to as elderly. In women, the ability to have children ends when menstruation stops. This is known as menopause. Menopause is the permanent ending of menstruation in women. Menopause marks the end of a woman's natural ability to bear children. Nowadays, however, we wouldn't necessarily consider a 50 years old woman as elderly. Menopause before age 35 is called premature menopause and may occur because of certain diseases, autoimmune reaction in which the body's immune defenses attack the body's own cells, tissues, or organs. Surgery, medical treatment such as radiation or drug therapies, or for unknown reasons. That's all for today. I hope you learned something